Hello there, and welcome to another attack extravaganza from the Brute Squad. That's right, this is DC, aka Deep Cut, and we are kicking into some fun times. So, first core that we're hitting this time around is Rouge, aka Rogue, aka Rouge. Yes. First hit being done by Tar. As you can see, I know there's a way of doing, I guess, the left side. You know, you land some grens, you farm some stuff, you blow up some rocket launchers, you do some craziness, yada yada yada. However, we like to go up the right-hand side because, one, you farm up like a whole bunch of buildings. There's a tough bit here where you got to take down all the lasers and the rocket launchers. Trust me, normally you are able to get all of that down in the first hit, and then like you take out the boom cannons with some critters, you take out a bunch of shields, you can farm up some GBE, use that to take out rocket launchers that are hanging out around the core. Like there's a whole system to this, a whole process, but the whole time that you're farming up all of this stuff and moving around the right hand side, you're also doing damage to the core. So like I don't know, it's just, it seems like it's a really nice way to get the core to kind of where you want it to be. Because really, honestly, both ways, you're normally looking at 3 attacks. Obviously, if you go up the left-hand side in your, like, super elite, you can pull it off. You can actually get that bad boy down in 2 hits. I've definitely seen it done, and like I'm not saying it can't be done, but normally for our task force, we're still looking at 3 hits regardless. So if you go up the right hand side with 3 hits, you've got the same results, and you know that's just kind of how things play out. Now this was recorded a million years ago. It's been hanging around, and honestly, I've actually I've been putting off kind of finishing this video up just because I've been busy and I haven't really had the time. But since I am away, I figure, you know what, this will make for a nice video on, I don't know, like a Wednesday or a Sunday or a Monday. Now I feel like I'm just singing Rebecca Black songs. Let's just move away from that before I start singing. So yeah, I figured, all right, you know what, I'm gonna run around, do some stuff, see what's up, and hopefully, you know, keep you guys entertained while I am enjoying the sunny beaches of Hawaii. Sorry, it is what it is. Now, no, Slayer is not crazy. He's not just letting his Zookas, you know, blow themselves up on mines. He's actually doing that on purpose because part of that hit is to clear those mines, allowing the next person to roll through, right through the nice little gap. Oh man, it's crazy seeing some of these names. Like most of these guys are no longer actually in the task force. They've either moved on, or you know, they've started their own thing, or like these are names that I'm not seeing on a daily basis anymore. It makes me sad. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm just regathering myself. I'm back. I'm good. We're good. It's good. We're fine. It's fine. So, anyways, up the right-hand side there, as you can see, this is like very early on in our right-hand side strategy. So, yes, it's a little bit rough. There's some, you know, like there's some learning that needs to still be done, but that's all right. absolutely fantastic job taking out the grappler, just because the core, even by taking down a third of the shields, the shield has something absurd on it still, like 12 million hit points or something, maybe more. I don't even know, to be honest. But whatever the number is, it is crazy high. So having that grappler there would probably be really dangerous, because what's going to happen is it's going to continually grapple while you try to burn through 14 million hit points. And I don't know if you've ever tried to burn through 14 million hit points, but it takes a while. And the more Zookas that get grabbed, the longer it's going to take. And eventually, you're going to run out of time. And that's really part of this hit, is being able to take down that shield in the amount of time allotted. Obviously, Lior here is not going to be able to take down the core in the allotted amount of time, and it's going to require one more fantastic hit by one more fantastic hitter. That's right. Captain, my captain, it's Teeth, the boss, aka Mr. Spreadsheet, aka I have finally seen the light and agree that Beach O'Clock is for noobs. Oh, that's right. Yeah, actually, that's one of the big changes that's kind of gone down with Brute Squad, is we are no longer Beach O'Clock. We are now Screen O'Clock. So, na. That's awesome. Hey, hey, hey. I'm out of song. So, Teeth rolls in, finishes off the last couple of defenses in the back there, and as you can see, has tons and tons of Zookas, and can just blast the ever-living poop out of the back of this core. And even with all those Zookas, like, come on, this is like 4 times speed. You can really see how long getting through that shield would normally take you. Hopefully, coming soon, I'll be able to show you a newer hit on the same core with significantly less issues. Mr. Teeth, well, Mr. Tails, Mr. Teeth, same Tails, Teeth, it's all the same person. Throwing some heals down on the core, showing off, being Mr. Fancy Pants. Let's go and let's get hardcore. And I don't... Whoa, that was close. Ooh, sorry. So Crunch is hitting here. Obviously going after the rocket launcher and having 2 incredibly close calls with the old Sparky because... well, 1, he's lost the delay, and 2, he's standing right in front of a wall of boom cannons and cannons that would surely do horrible, horrible things to his troops. Well, to his Sparky at least, specifically. Holy smoking for holy, eh? That's quite the spicy meatball. So... he took out the 2 rocket launchers, allowing him a smoke-free landing, which is important because, kids, you shouldn't smoke. It's not good for your health. Might be good for the health of your Zookas and warriors, but that's a completely different story, and let's not go there. So he took out obviously the 2 with the Sparky, and then does an absolutely amazing job of just strolling right on up into the middle of all of these rocket launchers, does a quick reposition flare, and kaplowy, takes out at least a half of the rocket launchers over here on the left-hand side. So he, like, obviously there were losses, but he's able to take care of the string of 4, along with a few extra buildings, really opening up that left-hand side for the next hitter, which is Rooster. And obviously Roo, not to be confused with Pokeroo, who is a mythical creature, Rue is, I assure you, quite not mythical or creature-esque. It runs Sparky up the left-hand side. His target are the 2 rocket launchers chilling at around, we'll call it like 8 o'clock, I don't know, 7 o'clock. But he wants to take those out, removing a lot of the coverage from over on that left-hand side, making it much easier for all other subsequent hitters to go around and do crazy things, which obviously you're going to see soon enough. One of the killer things about hardcore is kind of like I was saying with the previous core, there's just like an absurd amount of shield hit points. Like hardcore, as you can tell by the sheer number of shield generators, significantly, and I mean significantly, more hit points, doing absolutely ridiculous things. I don't know what they were even thinking when they made this. They were just like, yeah, trolls. Anyways, not that I'm calling Supercell trolls, for the record. So after Rue's last attack, obviously I kind of missed an attack. Somebody somewhere cleared out a bunch of stuff over in the backhand corner there, in the back 40, and it allows J. Mers to walk around to the back side of the core with, well, what, 2 smokes I think it was? Maybe fewer, maybe more. I'm not good at counting things. Now, unfortunately, he lost Sparky right there to the cannon. I'm pretty sure anyways. Maybe not. No, he definitely lost Sparky there. Because the whole idea is that Sparky provides a critter shield for the Zookas as they roll through. So yeah, you're going to have some boom cannons shooting at your Zookas, but you don't have to care because you've got the protection. Also, all the crazy grapplers over there that poor Jay is now being stuck shocking, you know, they're going to go after your Zookas as well, but with all the critters there, they're going to go after the critters instead because their critter wall is going to be just in front. So it's rough to see something like that happen, but it is part of the game, I guess, and Jay does a great job of adapting and working around his lack of critters. Normally you want a lack of critters. I don't know, that seems weird, but still going with it. As you can see, he clears out a bunch of shields. Honestly, with this core especially, I find it turns into a crazy math balance of how much do we need to invest to take out more shield generators versus how much shields are those shield generators actually providing to, you know, kind of doing the math and figuring out what's the most efficient way to get through this whole heaping mess. So as you can see, Jay sets up shop in the magical spot right there with nothing able to reach his troops and just shoots away until Tails rolls in, and that's right, at the very top you can see that the attack starts with over 4 minutes worth of attack. I guess I'm just gonna go have a drink. I don't even know what else I could possibly do, because you know what he's gonna be doing for the entire 4 minutes. I'm sure you can figure this one out. I don't know. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. See if you can figure it out. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, that's some lovely water. Fantastic. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm not showing any kind of labeling here. Oh, no. So, yeah. I'm back. Oh, look, he's still shooting at the ridiculous shields. like, I'm pretty sure hardcore normally has a minimum of, like, what, 28 million hit points on shields? So, yeah. If you don't have the troop damage statues, you're gonna be there for a while. So, next victim in the hardcore Price is Right is DFA, and also known as Death from Above, but we call him DFA because, well, typing out Death from Above is a lot of effort, and we're lazy. So, DFA comes in and just lays it into the shield. Has absolutely fantastic placement, which allows him to avoid most of the grabbing and burning and shoosting and nasty things. And he sits there and he shoots and he shoots and he shoots for a really long time. And then we're gonna, like, I know, bear with me. This is one of the first times we've taken down hardcore. Again, this is one of the cores that we have greatly improved upon. It's not nearly as bad anymore. We actually do like a full side clear. It takes a little, like, it takes one extra clear, but it gets a lot more shields. You end up doing a lot more damage. It makes life a lot easier. And of course, normally you don't get the crazy grapplers doing horrible things. So, you know, depending on what's going on, you can mix it up really nicely. But most of my videos thus far have not actually had a lot of the wire, so I wanted to definitely bring that out, show it off. Ha, stew. So this attack on Komondor, pretty straight. Like, we've all done Comm, right? We know what's up. You bomb out all of the mines over on the right-hand side. Well, you throw at least a couple barrages and a couple arts. Now, where this one's extra nasty is it's a hot landing. You've got all of those rocket launchers chilling down on the beach. That is a tough, tough land. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. It's gonna take some effort at the very least. I don't know. I know there's some crazy, crazy people out there that are just like robots and just landing and doing crazy stuff. But come on, that is a tough landing, a tough way to start Comm, which is already such an incredibly long walk. This is one of the reasons why we, I guess as a task force, have been a little more strict on the statues that people are running with, because, man, if you do not have 6 GVE, you are not making that walk with a hot landing and throwing down at least 3 shocks and kicking off shout, holy smokes, spacing on bricks, the battle orders, if you prefer, and like all of that with enough troop damage to take down the whole core. Fantastic run by Stu, great job. Stu, another one of those names that is MIA. Very sad. Hopefully he'll be back again sometime soon. Not that I'm hinting or anything. And then, oh, man, poor ABN soldier, I guess, technically. I know I have done that exact same move on the landing, not necessarily for Java, but like walking up to the machine gun, and the smoke is just like a teeny tiny bit too short, allowing the machine guns to get range on your Zookas, and obviously the machine gun just shreds your poor Zooks. Absolutely horrifying when you're doing your run and that happens to you. Pretty rough to watch it happen to a friend too. But good news is he does get most of his Zookas into the bag. He gets some shocks down. Unfortunately, the last shock on the shock launchers was a little bit too late. So at least he cleared all the mines, made life nice and easy for Little D, or Lil Daniel. Little Daniel. I'm gonna stick to Little D, because, well, it's easier to say. So, he clears the path. Now, what you really want to do with Jav, and like, what the trick is right here, exactly what he's doing. You want to run right up this first painted line, right up to where, I guess, pretty much the boom cannon is. I like to put my smoke a little closer, a little further back, a little closer to the core, but essentially it's the same sort of deal. Like right there where the Zookas are standing is kind of where I like to put my first flare, and then from that first flare you walk right up in between all the machine guns and flamethrowers and craziness, and you can park yourself right there at 3 o'clock from the core. And in this case it's a 3 or 4 shock. If you're really good, and there's the 6-pack of machine guns and the line of 3 shock launchers there. If you're really good, it is possible to get all 9 of those defenses in a single shock. I've been practicing, I've been working on it. It's not 100% yet, but soon. Give it time, give it time. We will get there. Now, next attack, moving on to Mez, our Mezzo, I guess, what would we call him? Our resident amazingness? Mez just, like, does such ridiculous attacks. They're always a joy just to watch, let alone imagining the possibilities of trying to actually pull something off like that yourself. He's honestly doing one of the easier hits that he does on the reg, and in this case he is doing Minnow. You can see he's doing the typewriter landing. The reason that he does that is because it pulls the Zookas down a little bit further. You can see all of those crazy mortars standing, waiting to destroy some poor Zookas. They do not get the chance because he walks just underneath. Now, he threw out that first smoke right near the beach and didn't even have to, because he did such a perfect job on the typewriter landing. You don't actually need that smoke, because with your Zookas walking forward in a line kind of like this, I guess, I'm not going to try figuring out how to show you, but with your Zookas walking forward in a line like that, the mortars throw up the mortar. Well, they don't throw up the mortar, but they throw the mortar up. No. They launch the mortar, and then after they launch the mortar, because you've got that air time, the mortar actually lands behind the line of Zookas. So if you've got a really nice clean line the way he did, you can skip an extra smoke, save that energy for when you get up to the top and you have to do some craziness, which, like, I'm sure you just saw the insane 70 shock crazy town crazy pants thing that he did. And then we've got RF rolling in after that, basically just burning up a couple of extra buildings, doing the little bit more damage that needed to be done, just because I feel like this is probably around a 2 million hit point core, which is a lot of millions of hit points. So yes, unfortunately, Mez was not able to get through it. Now, the nice thing is, with all of the bullet stuff happening, this is now a nice, super easy solo. You throw bullet up there at about 6 o'clock, and things go fantastically. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. See, this is how easy DC is at this point. We're kind of goofing around because if you got the extra hits, why not, right? So Minnow goes down, and then we move on to Outworks, which is our second base, with just a heaping load of fence line, and I don't even understand how we ended up getting 2 different fence bases. I don't know what you'd call them. I mean, I guess fence bases. On the same op, because normally if we get one, like, it's unlucky, but to get two, that's some craziness. That's what that is. Especially because, like, this Outworks, at least, is a solid 250 points, which means it's not like it's a little easy Outworks that has, like, no defenses on it or something. That's a pretty legit Outworks as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, Captain Creech of the Creech Commandos, throwing down, unfortunately, another name that I don't get to see in the task force. That's alright. The one nice thing about not seeing all those names that you love to see is you get to meet new people and see new names that you love to see, which is fortunately the case in our task force. But let's get back to the blowing up and shoosting of rocket launchers. As you can see, Creech kicked off the battle orders in order to give his Zookas an extra little bit of because he was able to take out the... What the deuce? That was like a laser. I just... all the... Sorry. So anyways, Creech is able to go up the left-hand side, clear out, like, all the rocket launchers, almost got all the gens, opening up the whole thing for PK, who is doing the second attack, doing a very strange second attack, I must admit, because why is he only landing one boat? Like, why not land all your Zookas? Why the one boat of Zookas? Like, it's okay, doesn't matter. The important part is he's able to take it. Oh, wait, is that Rifleman? I feel like that's Rifleman. I think I see Rifleman there. There's Rifleman there, isn't there? Yeah, there's Rifleman there. That's what he was doing. Yeah, that crazy little... Anyways, so rocking the Rifle Zooka, which, let's be honest, I don't see that often on Outworks. Taking out the boom cannons, the last of the shields over there on the left-hand side, and then strolls right on through to the Barking Dog and the shock launchers on the... what is this? That's like 12 o'clock. Oh, wow, he's going right past... Sorry, like, I haven't seen these hits in a million years. I don't even remember what's going on here. This is crazy town. So he wandered all the way back to the shields. I feel like that's an incredible amount of energy. Like, dear goodness. My lord. So... Oh, just a second too late on the shocks for the shock launchers. Oh, that's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Now, the good news is he's got enough energy to double shock the rocket launchers, and his Zookas in the very back there definitely did some work on the shields. Great hit. If it was only just that, like, half a second earlier on the shock, he would have had all of those shields down, no problem. But that's okay, because we now have SJ rolling through, taking the nice easy path down the left-hand side, because, well, why wouldn't you? It's right there. It's open, like, come on. So ultimately what you want to do is, with Outworks, take down the shields, take down enough lasers and rocket launchers and crazy things so that you can hit the core and finish it off. Now, this is another one of those bases where we've kind of altered our strategy. We've really progressed it to kind of the next level, reducing the number of hits that the base takes in general. Oh man, remember when, like, barbed wire used to scare you with Zookas. Those were the days. What? No, nothing's wrong with barbed wire at all. I don't know what you're talking about. So, once you take down the last of the Jennies, shield Jennies, not the... I don't want people getting confused there. Now, it's nice and easy for the heavies and the Zookas to roll right up. Oh my goodness. Look at Mr. Smarty Pants. He actually rolled in with a boat of heavies just to clear out the mines to allow the next hitter to come through and basically have a gap. Oh my goodness, and he's also using Sparky to take down... No, he's... okay. I was like, he's not going to be able to take down that extra rocket launcher. That would have been insanity. Almost. I was believing it. I was definitely a firm believer. Now, our Mezzo 2, which conveniently is the Mez. That's right. This is his baby account, which, honestly, I wish I had the skill of his baby account. Well, like, because it's the same person, it's the same skill of the baby, and I shouldn't have to explain it. If I have to explain it, it's not funny. Most things that come out of me are not funny. Oh. That's a blow to the beard. Anyways, fantastic job. As you can see, he's actually doing a 2-smoke heavy Zooka finish, and does it perfectly. Absolutely fan-freaking-tastic to watch. He threw like 30 million shocks around over on the backside, and was able to do enough damage to almost take the core down. I feel like he got really unlucky with the one shock, and some of the rocket launchers were still frying him. So, like, had it not been for that one unlucky shock, I really do feel like he could have had it there. Now, moving on to Trey, or Tree, depending on how you want to say it or call it. He is doing the exact same technique with the 2-smoke heavy Zookas. It's all about the reposition to suck them all in, and then shooting at the core. It works fantastically, and as you can see, with enough shocks, you can take down crazy bases. Now, what's really nice is it saves you that one extra smoke, which on certain bases might not be a big deal, but when you've got a base as big as Outworks, and you've got, oh geez, when you've got a crazy dog doing crazy things, that one smoke might be costing you like 10 or 12 energy. So by saving that extra little bit, it really does make a big difference in the overall. Like, it could be the difference between 4 shocks and 5, you know what I'm saying? So, moving on, we've got RF once again rocking the tanks. As you can see, he's just like burning up the left-hand side, killing all of the things, or at least as many things as possible. It gets kind of sketchy up here towards the end, but rocking the tanks on DC, which, let's be honest, they're not going to get far. The poor things. So I, however, did take full advantage to the lovely job that he did, opening up the left-hand side to just stroll right on in with my Zooks, and, of course, Brick, because you gotta have a Brick, and running up the left-hand side, I am able to finish off Assembly, finishing off the op. That is another successful W in the column for Brute Squad. A great group, even if the people who were in these hits, like, some of them have moved on, some of them are still hanging around, and we're all still having a great time. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining, and above all else, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.